Shai DeLuca on the show today, but he's not in studio. He's at college. That's right. Shai took on the task of personalizing a plain dorm room without breaking any school rules. So that's where we find him, in the dorm room of a student named Sean. Now, Sean was lucky enough to have you redo his space. So let's take a look at what it used to look like.
I'm so happy to be living on my own and being able to experience everything. I'm going into the Bachelor of Music degree program for drums and percussion. I really like my dorm room, and my roommate's really nice too, so that's fun. I'm really excited to have Shai come help me with the room makeover. I'm really looking forward to making this room like my own. The more light too is, I don't know if you can see, but it's not good.
Sean, this is your space. It's a great space. You have some ideas about what you want to do.
Yeah, I have tons of ideas.
Tons of ideas. It's amazing. So I have the perfect place to take you. We're going to head out to IKEA, get it all done. You excited?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
We're out shopping and we are facing our first, we'll call it challenge, and it's the office chair.
The back's too high.
We saw another one over there. Let's try that one. So this one just hits you better in your back, in your neck. Yeah, all right. So I think this is the winner.
Yep.
Let's continue. All right, shopping is done. So now let's get to work.
And you worked hard at making that room a completely new space, Shai. So give us a tour of Sean's new and improved dorm room.
Yeah, well, I certainly tried. So, here's the thing with dormitories is that they are very stringent about what you can and cannot do in the space in terms of being able to hang things, color on the wall, furniture that you can introduce. So, all of the furniture that we have in here, we had to be able to use and then pair other furniture with it. The furniture has this lighter kind of wood detail to it. So, we went to our friends at IKEA who were super helpful, and we were able to get some additional pieces, including the bookcases and the nightstands that have that lighter detail in it, so it looks conducive to the style that they had in here already, but it adds some additional storage, which Sean was definitely missing. Now, the one thing that I want our viewers at home to remember is we are still coming out of the pandemic. So you'll notice that I have two bookcases here, but this big hole in the center, that is actually going to be filled by another piece. So I don't want people at home to be frustrated by the fact that sometimes stock is a little bit of an issue. It still is. But guys, when you're planning your spaces, get the pieces that you can and wait on the pieces, wait on the pieces that you need.
Yeah, you know what? Patience is a virtue, and we're all learning a lot about that during this time in our lives. So I remember in university, it was all about the bedding, because that's pretty much all I could, maybe sort of splurge on. So how did you go about choosing the bedding?
Absolutely. So, Sean is a colorful guy, which I love. So he wanted to add some color into the space. Now, how to add color was a little bit of a challenge. And I said to him, let's choose a rug or a pillow that you like. And he chose this. And his favorite color is green. So we made sure that the bedding itself was more of a green and in green tones. We then, when he chose this pillow, this really did all the work for him. So I said, go ahead, Sean, you've chosen this pillow. Now choose the other colors that are within this pillow to actually add the accent throughout the other pillows on the bed, and you're good to go, which is a really great tip for our viewers at home. If you don't have someone like me or a friend who's able to do that for you, definitely choose something that's done and then pick the colors throughout that. We then added the matching rug. Now this is important because this gives a balance to the space. Here's the other thing. There is carpeting in the bedroom, but to put a rug on carpeting, especially on industrial carpeting like we have here, is absolutely okay. It defines the space, it uplifts the bed, and it adds a pop of color.
And plus, you feel more comfortable walking on that barefoot, right?
Yeah.
You just bought it versus the rug
Absolutely.
that's been there since 1976. So I love that you did that for him.
Yeah.
Okay, what is so special about the art? So you've added, I think, some personalized art in the space.
So here's the thing, also in a lot of industrial buildings or commercial buildings, you'll have this cinder block wall, which they painted out really nicely, but it has that kind of architectural detail. So we found these great frames that kind of follow that same almost like brick lay detail, and I thought this would be a fun way to kind of balance that cinder block on the wall here behind Sean, but I gave him the opportunity to print out whatever photos he wanted, and he really personalized the space this way. So this gives him almost a headboard-ish, if you will. It uplifts the bed bed, so it's not so flat on the wall, and gives it a little bit of depth.
Okay, now Sean is lucky enough to have a common area as part of the space he shares with his roommate. So what's your recommendation for jazzing up a mini kitchen?
Yeah, so, you know, this was where I really came down and said, listen, guys, you have to kind of come together and decide what you want, almost like a married, this is your first test as almost like a married couple, to figure out how you guys want to live together in your common area. You know, they were both pretty good about the fact that they loved the green on the wall, so this was actually done by the university. We were not allowed to change this, but we were absolutely allowed to add stuff onto the wall as long as we were using hooks that were sticky, adhesive hooks. So we were able to create this area behind here on the backsplash. It adds some depth. It almost gives like a green wall. I've added some more of Sean's photography throughout, so it gives that personalized feel as well. Now, behind me over here, we have this open shelf detail. Open shelves in a lot of condos downtown, my own condo, is very big now. It makes smaller spaces feel larger. But the challenge with that is being orderly and cleanly. So we made sure that we had only sets of dishes, and we stacked them really nicely here. It gives a little bit of a design detail in the dishes as well. And then above the fridge, we have that same kind of detail as well. Open, but we've taken the food out. They had their food boxes. We bought some great canisters at our friends at IKEA, filled those with the food instead. And finally, T, one of the big things that we did in this area was added these puck lights. So these are actually battery powered. Super easy to use. You know, they're stuck up with tape. They don't need to worry about drilling into it. There's no hard wiring for it. This is something that's going to add a lot of light for their prep area, which was really important. Finally, this area here, this was his big wall. So we wanted to add some really great fun kind of personalization to the wall. Sean had this great photography. He has a great eye for photography. And we got these great frames at IKEA. And what I like about these is that you can go as big or small as you want. So you're not constrained to a 5x7 or a 4x6. You can hang as long or as wide as you want. And it has more of an industrial feel. So it really kept that feeling in. That through in the bar cart that we've used here. The bar cart is going to be additional storage. It's going to be something he's going to be able to pull up when his friends are over eating, and it's going to be really multifunctional. It really tied the room together.
Here's the thing, Sean hasn't seen this yet, so let's bring him in to take a look. Bring him in.
All right. Oh, Sean, come on in.
Oh my God, what the heck?
He didn't swear. Yay! What do you think? What do you think?
God, this is incredible.
All right, well, tell me what your favorite part is. Just walking in.
I love what you did with all
Take your breath. Get your breath.
I love what you did with all my photography here. It looks incredible, and like the lighting and the smaller picture frames, the plants.
I wanted to make sure that this space really spoke to you and your roommate. I wanted it to, obviously we had our constrictions within the dorm, but I wanted it to be personalized to you guys. So did I achieve that?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. Now, the last thing that I do want to talk to you about is, of course, you are in school and you got a lot of work to do. And we were talking a little bit about this before, how, you know, Sean is a music major, drums specifically. So one of the things that you're going to be doing is a lot of, remote work. You might need to sit down and do some of your typing, but also you need some programs for your drum work. So our friends at Apple actually, so our friends at Apple actually wanted to gift to you an iPad Air with the Magic Keyboard and the pen, so you can actually take this with you, so you can do your stuff at home, but you can also take it with you, plug your stuff in, do your garage band or whatever it is these kids do nowadays. What do you think? Speechless is good.
Oh my goodness.
This is good. You all right?
Thank you so much. That's amazing. Oh my
What
God.
a beautiful reveal. Shai, you did so well. I love to see, a teenager who is speechless is a rare thing. So this is fantastic. Sean, enjoy your school year. I know he can't hear me, so you tell him this, Shai. Enjoy your school year. Enjoy your new space. Big thanks to Shai for always sharing such great design tips. Thanks for that, man. Very good.